Go ahead, sir.
Set?
Set.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out. You've known that the district attorney has determined there won't be any criminal charges coming out of the in custody death of Earl McNeil, and the family was allowed to raise the sentence.
Be good.
Right. What we learned is that we didn't see all of the video. Some of it was blurred out. It was an hour and 14 minutes. That on the early morning of the 26th of May, around 5:26 a.m., Earl McNeil went to the National City Police Station for help. Within about roughly 10 minutes, he was placed in a wrap that has been causing some problems with some arrests around the country since 2014. And suddenly the manufacturers of the wrap have disappeared from the internet in safe restraints. And he was in that wrap for approximately 2 hours and 10 minutes. For that time, it was fairly clear that Earl McNeil was in distress, asking for help. And he never got any medical attention until just before his heart stopped at 7:44 in the Senate jail. There was no electrical impulse, flatlined. It's usually irreversible. So for approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes, while he was asking for help, he really wasn't evaluated until the paramedics got there. And within about 10 minutes after the paramedics arrived, he was dead. He lived through life support for about 14 days, just over 13 days. But he was dead when he was at the jail. The interesting thing was, we've learned that the district attorney office has announced and explained to the family that they are going to start releasing videos of in-custody deaths as well as shootings. We didn't get the benefit of that for the last 4 months, but that's a step in the right direction. The other thing that was a unique statement from the district attorney was she acknowledged that Earl McNeil always tried to be a good person, and it helped the district attorney's office in several cases. So what we have here is just the start of more questions, more investigation that quite frankly would have been stayed had criminal charges been pursued. But we're going to continue our investigation. We wanted to bring in experts to view the video with the family. That request was rejected. We wanted to ask more questions during the course of the videos that we saw today, and we didn't see every minute of them because there were multiple cameras for that 2 hours and 25 minutes, but we weren't able to see them. We did clear up a couple of things with respect to some of the reports that Earl McNeil was spitting on the officers and saying he wanted to give them AIDS. We did not see that in any of the videos that were shown to us today. There's a lot of questions that still need to be explored, and the only place I know that we're going to be able to conduct that investigation is in the building right across the way in U.S. Federal District. So that's what we'll be pursuing, unless we can get all of the videos without a subpoena that I can only acquire if I file a lawsuit for the family. So we're a little bit further down the road in finding out what happened with Earl McNeil, but we're nowhere close to finishing up the investigation. And quite frankly, and rightly so, both the Special Investigation Unit as well as the District Attorney conceded that to the family, that they weren't going to be able to answer questions about civil rights cases and deferred to our investigation. So I don't know if I can answer any more specific questions because we're close to the videos being released, and we'll see whether or not the district attorney's office doesn't blur at an hour and 14 minutes while he was in the Sally Port of the National City Police Department. So if anyone would like to ask some questions, I don't know how far we'll be able to get with this back.
What was the emotional reaction while you guys were in there?
Well, the emotional reaction that any family would have while they're watching a relative die over about 2 hours.
Was there a part of the video that was blurred out or you were not allowed to see that you particularly were interested in seeing?
Well, I'll be frank with you, I'm interested in every second of the videos and see all of the cameras. But there was an hour and 14 minutes that was blurred out that we watched while it was blurred out, but we couldn't determine whether or not anyone was taking a medical vital signs.
So hour 14 minutes
of Earl McNeil
blurred out
in the wrap manufactured by Safe Restraints.
Why did the DA say it was blurred out?
Well, it was because nothing was happening.
Are you satisfied with that?
I'm never satisfied if somebody's not letting me see all the evidence, but I've been waiting 4 months, and the family's been waiting for 4 months, so I'll take what I can get. And now that there's not going to be any criminal prosecution, now we can proceed formally with a civil rights case after we gather all the evidence that the DA is willing to give at 220.
How does the family feel about not having a...
That surprised you?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch either one.
Was there anything that you did see in the video that surprised you?
Well, I haven't seen everything yet, so I'm going to withhold judgment until I see all of the videos. I had questions they wouldn't answer. I'd like to have experts look at all of the videos. From looking at Safe Restraints protocol that they've had up on the web until recently, they stated clearly that this should not be used over a long period of time, that if people are medically compromised, it should be used with caution, and if there's a concern about a drug overdose, then it should be used with caution. And it would appear that death cases involving the rap in the past have been ruled a homicide, even if there was an alleged drug overdose, which I am informed now that the ME is ruling as the cause of death.
Say again?
Ruling as the cause of death that it was a high level, a toxic level of methamphetamine.
high level, so the DA. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I haven't seen the autopsy, so hopefully that'll be released at 2:20.
Okay.
Is the family upset that there are no criminal charges or no criminal investigation?
Yes.
I would say that there could always be criminal charges once we get to look at all the evidence. One, the prosecutor's office has looked at it, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen everything, so I'm not going to make comment on whether or not we should be surprised without seeing all the evidence.
That part that was blurred, where was it physically being?
That's a good question. Let me explain it a little more clearly. Earl first showed up at 5:26 on May 26th at the front door of the National City Police. He made several 911 calls, indicated he was in distress. Called on the phone at the door. Officers came out at the front door and bumped him, put him in the wrap. Then he was placed in a black and white squad car, SUV, and taken into the Sally Port area inside the National City Police Department. And then he was there for about an hour and 15 minutes. The time that a video was running at the Sally Port, that hour and 14 minutes, is what was blurred. It was difficult to determine which door on the black and white SUV squad vehicle was open, whether or not anyone was actually taking the vitals of the room.
Do you believe one door was open?
I saw one door open, and I couldn't tell if it was the driver's door or not.
We're under the impression that it was at the Sally Port of the jail that the ambulance was called then because the jail wanted septum. Do you have information on that? Is that not correct?
Paramedics and the San Diego Fire Department responded to the jail. Right around 7:30, and I don't have the times down pat because there was Zulu time and then there was Pacific Standard Time at various times.
Sally Port jail video wasn't released?
Well, the Sally Port in the jail we saw, but it was further away. He was generally always surrounded by either deputies or some other jail personnel, and it was hard to tell what was going on.
Is there any truth to the information that he had a t-shirt pulled over his head? Over the spit thing, whatever they call it?
Paramedics indicated that that's what they either saw or was reported to them.
Can you tell us what paramedics reported?
That he had a spit guard, and then over the spit guard, his shirt was pulled up over his head. It was difficult to see what was on his head at the jail Sally Port. He didn't have his shirt pulled over his head while he was in the back of the squad car while it was being transported from National City to the Central Jail.
Do you think they're being transparent with their investigation?
Well, I have to say I haven't seen all of the videos, so I was disappointed that an hour and 14 minutes was blurred, and so that's not transparent.
What was the total time on this?
I'd say about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours.
Yes,
The squad car took him to the jail and not an ambulance?
that's correct.
How is the family feeling today after seeing all of this?
Once again, it's they really don't want to make a statement today, but they've been grieving for 4 months, haven't been able to get closure on this, still don't have closure. And I think that, put it into context, no one has to watch 2 hours of a loved one, family member, die. So they're still processing.
You'll be filing a federal civil rights lawsuit when? Or will you?
First, I'm going to ask what the district attorney's office will release to the public. That goes back to the question about transparency. I think that the DA's release should include that hour and 14 minutes that was blurred. Because one of the questions that needs to be asked is, if he went there for help, why didn't he get medical help soon?
I'm confused. When you say blurred, the whole picture was blurred?
That's a good question.
Certain areas.
No, the whole picture.
You watched an hour of just blurred video?
Well, and that's a good question too. It was the period that he was in the National City Sally Port were motion detector cameras. So if they operated properly, you didn't have a whole hour and 14 minutes of video for the Sally Port. But what you had was a time period that should have been covered where if there was any movement in the Sally Port.
Was there audio too?
No.
No audio?
Not in the Sally Port nor in the jail. That was only captured from officer webcams.
Did you see those?
Some of them.
In the jail or in National City?
At National City, in the jail for a period of time, and in the squad SUV that brought Earl McNeil over to the Central Jail.
The placing of the wrap on him out in front of National City PD, was that seen?
Yes.
Can you describe that?
There was so much going on, I'm hesitant to describe something that's on video. That's why when you've got a picture, it's always better than witnesses, perception and memory.
So from what you understand, at what point is the shirt over?
I'm not sure. I can tell you that in the squad ride over, he didn't have a shirt over his head. I didn't get a view of him at all while he was in the Sally Port, which was a period of an hour and 14 minutes.
Did he have a spit sock on at National City Sally Port on the ride over?
It would have appeared, on the ride over he did. When it was placed, I'm not sure. Witness recall, the first of what I believe might have been at least 2 spit socks was placed on Earl McNeil when he was in front of the National City Police Station.
What are the officers' names that were involved?
Couldn't see him. Haven't got him yet.
Not any officers' names?
No.
Out of 13?
And
Okay.
I couldn't ask any questions, just view the video, so that's going to be necessary before we move forward.
Do you have any reason to believe that the district attorney is going to release more footage to the general public than they just did to the family?
No. I have a hope. I think it would help in transparency.
What are your next steps moving forward?
Well, see what the DA releases. Have experts look at this. I've never sued a police officer or law enforcement without having experts evaluate it. And particularly when you have video, I'd like experts to look at video.
Were you given copies of what you were seeing?
Not yet. But I've been before the Special Investigation Unit before in other cases, here in downtown San Diego, asked for the video, but haven't received it yet. There's still pending cases, other matters. So I'm hoping for a change of SOP.
Otherwise, how long might that take?
Could you,
Go ahead.
at any time during the video, could you clearly see any abusive or questionable behavior?
Well, I was going to be able to answer that question with a yes or a no until you said abusive or questionable behavior. I'm a layman. I have my experiences that have dealt with war crimes and service in the Middle East and combat tourism. And I question the fact that there wasn't any medical attention given to Earl McNeil on the morning of May 26th for the 2 hours and 20 minutes before the flat.
Without the bus.
Could you say that statement again? I'm sorry. The bus
Yes,
really
you could repeat that statement.
Sorry. Can you answer to the question of did I see anything questionable? From my own experience, and I've never testified as an expert in any excessive force case or any civil rights case, but my own experience in prosecuting and defending war crimes and serving in the Middle East in the combat war in Iraq in 2006, Earl McNeil went to the National City Police Station for help. I didn't see a real clear medical evaluation until the paramedics arrived in the jail cell after 7:30 that morning. So 2 hours after he asked for help at the jail. He was behaving erratically. He was placed in a wrap that's very constricting. And I didn't see in the videos that I was shown and the family saw a real clear medical evaluation. Although the ME had described medical evaluation when we met with National City about, well, it was in mid-July. But I didn't see how or when that was done in the videos I saw.
Is the wrap manufacturer facing other lawsuits?
Can you explain how and where the wrap finds the body?
Ankles, knees, waist, and then there's a separate harness that keeps the individual up in a sitting position. However, that's only if, you've got something strapping him in to say a car seat. And you can't do that with the wrap because there's metal rods that prevent the knee from bending. And so you have to put someone into the back seat of an SUV with his legs outstretched across the bench. Now, I would think you could still seatbelt them into the back of the car. That was not done in this particular video that we observed in transporting Earl McNeil from National City Police Station to Central Jail.
You talked a little bit about the images of what you saw. In terms of the audio, you have James McNeil coming there saying he's in distress. We have heard that he was humiliated, he was verbally belittled, and not treated with the respect of somebody who was there for care. What did you hear something on that video from the officers that would be something other than what we should expect for somebody who needs care?
I'm going on 40 years as a trial attorney and I see all the evidence. I never make an argument or comment on the evidence until I get all of it. So I'm not going to answer that specific question.
So what did you hear officers say?
Let me finish, and I'm not going to go through that because you're making me a witness of what I just sat through for 2 hours. That's unfair. Wouldn't do that to any witness, regardless of where they come from. You're going to get the video. Look at that. I told you what I think the salient points were. I don't know anything about lawsuits against safe restraint. All I do know is I used to be able to go to their website, and now they have no website. And they've been in business, I think, I could be wrong, somewhere around 8 to 10 years.
I was understanding that they were showing you the same video they're releasing to us. That's not your impression.
I never said that.
No,
I said, I don't
you
know.
You keep saying you're waiting to see what they release. Aren't they showing you what they're going to release? Or you don't know?
I already answered that question. I don't know that because I don't know what they're going to release. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not get to answer any questions. All you're getting is my observations right now that I think are fair observations and timelines, which we never had before. Commenting on the evidence, I'm going to wait until we get a full investigation.
I just said, can I ask you if you saw anything while they're putting on the wrap that looked like a significant struggle to do it?
Look at the video.
What you saw in the video, it resembles the witness, what the witness told you? What you managed to saw in the video?
What witness are we talking about?
You don't have witnesses?
People that were there were police officers. I don't know their names. I haven't interviewed them. I haven't had an investigator interview them.
Doug, what family members were in the room with you watching the video, and can you identify the family members that are with you now out here?
Well, I just assumed not do that. They came. That was private.
What can you say what the relation is? Are they
Brother, sister,
cousins,
aunt, uncle?
brother, sisters?
Aunts, cousins.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Good.
time.
Thank you all for coming out.